It's us again.
Yeah.
You got us. Cigar time. Welcome back.
Welcome back.
We're very happy to have Rami back for the second week, and we have our moose with us today.
Yes.
Who usually you see him on the Saturday show.
Yes.
But we're rewarding him to be on the Wednesday show with you. That he brings his wealth of knowledge and experience, mostly in booze, but
Yeah, and we might get a pairing on here too today. Yeah.
There you go.
All right.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Good to see you, Moosey.
Good to be here.
good to be
Moosey.
here.
Ooh.
Oh, that's my nickname for him, Moosey.
Moosey?
Moosey. I call him Moosey.
Oh, I'm sure he doesn't like that.
Coming from her, it's okay. What do you guys said it?
It kind of ruined it.
And today we're going to be smoking a Hoyo de Monterey by AJ Fernandez. What's this thing called beyond that?
It's called the Dark Sumatra.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, the Hoyo
it looks
Dark
like a Dark
Sumatra
Sumatra.
by
Yeah.
AJ Fernandez. Yep.
AJ's got the hot hand.
He does have the hot hand.
He reminds me of Lil Wayne. He's in everything.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
I think it's time for us to light up our Hoyo.
Yep. What's the blend on this?
So this is Ecuador Sumatra,
I thought
Connecticut
so.
broadleaf, and Nicaraguan,
lot of
Dominican,
business
Honduran filler. So very old school.
Oh,
Say that
look,
again.
a
What's the
Connecticut broadleaf
Ecuador Sumatra,
binder.
broadleaf binder,
at
Nicaraguan,
that.
Dominican, and Honduran filler. So it's a very old school blend. It actually originally was made in our
This is beautiful.
Vilazon factory.
I was just going to say, it's Honduras. Yeah.
So which I believe a lot of our best cigars come out of. All our factories are good, but the Vilazon factory is kind of near and dear to my heart. You
One
know?
of the oldest ones.
Yeah. So
I've been there.
Why is it near and dear?
because it kind of I guess with all the full-bodied cigars right now, everybody's all into this full-bodied thing.
Nicaraguan.
They were actually one of the first factory to kind of really do full body on a
sure.
on a large scale.
Yeah,
And consistent.
the Excaliburs,
Yep.
back in the day.
Excalibur, Punch, Hoyo, they all came from the Vilazon factory. So actually, all the cigars that come out of that factory are still consistent. They still taste the same. And
Yeah,
they
the
still have
Excalibur hasn't changed.
it
25
hasn't.
years.
It hasn't. Our Punch, Punch Classico in a blue box hasn't changed. They've all kind of had this consistent, more full-bodied flavors.
The Punch Elites are one of the best-selling cigars out there.
Absolutely. So so Vilazon is.
And
near
the price
dear to
is
my
still
mind.
right for
Yep.
that too.
Absolutely.
Well, this is a beautiful wrapper.
All right, let's bring this discussion to a
Yes.
conclusion.
For once and
There
for
are
all.
people that believe.
LJ.
Let's just use the Rothschild.
Okay.
That the Hoyo Rothschild and the Punch Rothschild are two different cigars. And yes, they have two different bands on them. But, all right, Mr. General.
But they do have the same blend. Okay, and I guess it just kind of came down to sometimes smoking a cigar is actually all the time. It's very psychological. A cigar can change whoever you're sitting next to, whatever situation you're in, can make an average cigar much better.
Absolutely.
It can make a great cigar depending on who you're sitting next to. Not a very good cigar.
Really?
So yeah, absolutely. It's all about the experience. Whatever
Yes.
you're pairing it with, whatever you drank, the type of night you're having. If you're smoking a cigar on a great night and having a great time, sometimes the not so great cigar will be, that was the best cigar I ever smoked. And sometimes great cigar, you're having a rotten day or rotten company, and it could be a not so good cigar. So a lot of it's psychological. A lot of bands, a lot of times the people we all associate pleasures with different situations. So I think that's kind of the explanation for that.
I don't care how bad a day I've had, as long as I've got a good cigar and a glass of Jack, I'm a happy camper.
I'm with you. Yes.
You know?
Are you still
Yes.
buying your Jack by the
Half
55-gallon drum
Yep.
economy
Yeah.
size?
Yeah.
It's funny you say Jack Daniels because that's kind of my go-to. That's kind of my go-to. And again, back to consistency, reliable.
Tequila.
It's so good and reliable, but sometimes to this day, with all the new boozes and boutique stuff, people look down upon Jack Daniels, and I think that's just the wrong way to go. I think Jack Daniels is
Jack
wonderful.
Daniels is sold in more countries than any liquor
Absolutely.
in the world.
Amen.
Really?
It was also, wasn't it the most favorite drink of probably the most renowned singer that's ever existed?
Who's that?
Frank Sinatra.
Really?
There's,
I would have seen him more of a cognac man.
No, in
not
fact,
at
they
all.
named, there's a batch.
Yeah,
They
named
make
after
it.
Frank Sinatra.
It's named
Oh,
after.
really?
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Oh, that I
it's
didn't
the
know.
Frank Sinatra signature series.
Yes.
And it's got his name on it, and they're allowed to do it by
family,
from the
yeah.
family, and it's not the same as regular Jack. It's a little different.
So you
Now,
had
do you
it.
go-
Yeah.
Do you
yeah.
go rocks or neat with your Jack?
Neat.
Neat?
Neat. Okay.
Neat.
What do you do?
Actually, Jack, I usually drink neat, but for some reason, Jack Daniels with one cube just really opens it up and gives this like nice crisp flavor.
Do you do
So-
the cube to dilute it a little or chill
No,
it?
to kind of just to just chill it a little bit
Okay.
and give it a little crispiness. Like it kind of the ice gives me like a nice crisp flavor to
It,
it.
I
it
like
does
to-
open up the flavor.
Yeah.
I like to bring
Yeah.
something up
Yeah.
that opens up the flavor, I believe. The glass size. I believe it's very important, the glass size. So
Yeah.
when I'm drinking my tequila, and I'll do it on the rocks, they'll try to give me this little glass. And I said, don't give me this little glass. It doesn't taste the same.
That's
I need a bigger
that's-
glass
That's a big mistake.
with
yeah.
a little bit more ice. And then to me, it opens it up. And it
Yeah.
just tastes a lot smoother.
If you go into a good bar, what they do is they put the ice in the glass and then they fill it with water.
Yes.
Then they empty the water out,
Yes.
and then they pour the Jack in there.
That's
The
a
rea-
good one.
The reason being is when you put the water in there, it coats the ice. It actually keeps the ice in your glass longer. It won't melt as fast.
Wow.
Right.
And just
I
enough
did not know
water,
that.
Right.
and then because they put water in the glass and there's still some in there, they it opens up the flavor of the Jack. It's like in some scotches, you put a couple of drops of water in there,
Right.
and it opens the bouquet and makes it taste better. And
Yeah,
Same
like a
thing with
big.
Jack.
I agree with you because my big thing is when I do Jack on the rocks at a certain bar, if they load up that glass with a bunch of ice and they just put Jack Daniels on top, it actually ruins all. It tastes like water. It tastes like water with a little flavor, and that ruins.
I always order it out 1 cube of ice,
Yes,
3 fingers.
yes, perfect.
And that's the perfect way to drink
Was
it.
it
Absolutely.
3 shots?
3 fingers.
Not 3 fingers.
3 fingers.
Oh, 3 fingers.
Three-
Oh, okay, that
three-finger
much
pour.
high. Yeah.
3 finger.
3
pour.
fingers like
In
that?
a wide glass.
Yeah. In a wide, yeah.
3 fingers.
In a 20-gallon tank.
But did you want me to go like this 3 times? I mean,
I'm
Not
bad.
Not being much of a drinker, I can't really comment. I'm drinking
Actually, all
diet
three
green
of us drink
tea.
Jack Daniels.
Yeah, yeah.
It's classic.
I'm
It's
tequila.
classic. It's reliable,
I'm
and
tequila.
it's consistent. You know.
I can't do brown because it does something to my stomach. So.
But tequila also, if you do enjoy a cigar, I
you.
do enjoy, and Añejo tequilas are absolutely amazing
You're
with a
talking
cigar.
brown again.
Yeah, but the Añejo has this kind of
Smoky
smoky
flavor.
It
burn.
does. It does.
And when you drink it neat with a cigar, it's a great experience because just the flavors marry, especially with a full-bodied cigar. It just works out really great.
Tequila.
So, not to talk about drinking. the whole
But
time.
how you guys and gals that drink, how do you find that a cigar emboldens the drink, or vice versa, the drink
That's a
emboldens the
compliment.
cigar?
Yeah.
Just
it
It
does
depends.
complement.
it's
But
trial
compliments
and
how?
error.
What
Can
does
I
it
say,
do?
okay, so when I'm drinking, I tend to want to smoke more. It's almost, I don't know if it's a psychological thing, but it just, to me, when I take a sip of a drink, I want to smoke right after that because the taste together gives it is something
It
different.
opens up new flavors.
It does.
You taste
It does
different
when
things
it's
when you drink.
together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what you're saying is, in all our humidors in our 17 stores, we should put little drink stations.
Oh my God! Can we do
that would be
that?
genius.
Can
Oh,
we
I
do
may pay
that?
you to work here.
Can we do that?
I like that.
I want a tequila station in every store.
But you'd sell more cigars,
We
right?
sure would.
That would be good.
We sure
You
would.
would definitely.
Can I
sell
come
more.
on? Can I come on board?
Technically,
That's a great
legal, too.
idea.
You drink enough of it, you'll be on board.
But that's the
Technically,
thing
that's
is when
legal.
you, I know when
can give it away.
when all of
It's
us drink,
samples.
we have that. It opens up a new. It gives like a cigar a new dimension.
It
gives
does.
a drink a new dimension.
Yes,
and
it
the
does.
flavors really complement each other, and it's
Your
it's a great way
palate
to
goes
enjoy it.
crazy.
Yeah.
Well, I know
Because-
from what, not being a big drinker in my older age, I know when I've been in foreign countries, and I would sometimes be sitting like a lobby bar watching the beautiful people walk by, and I'd be smoking a nice heavy Cuban. And I would get Sambuca.
Yes.
With the little beans in the bottom.
Yeah.
And I would find that Sambuca took a very strong cigar and really I just from my limited experience, just brought out the taste.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it was really fascinating because again, not
the Sambuca is a little peppery.
What's the little
you get a
beans
full
inside?
coffee beans.
Coffee
Yeah.
beans.
Really?
Yeah.
Very licorice-y.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Because of that licorice taste in the Sambuca,
Right.
it goes well with a full-bodied
yeah.
cigar.
And
Well, if you look at it, if you break it down in with liquor and a cigar, you're actually taking two natural. I mean, it's all cigars are all natural,
Yes.
it's all, you know, and liquor's all you know. I mean, there's no additives or chemicals in there, and you're kind of marrying two natural things to make one flavor explosion. And and it's
I like that.
Yeah, it's pretty fun. I mean, it's a definitely a great way to enjoy a cigar if you do enjoy a drink with your cigar.
Perfect way of putting that.
Yeah.
Although I will say there's a lot of local distilleries now
Yeah.
that are making some really good product.
Yeah. Yeah.
Really good.
Yeah.
interesting.
Maybe they're taking in consideration
They are,
stuff
yeah.
like this, cigars and
Two of them that I
things
visited,
like that.
local to me, where I live, they allow cigar smoking there.
wow,
As
nice.
As they should. As they should.
They should.
Yeah, I mean, drinking and cigars are adult.
Outside or
yeah.
inside?
One's inside, one's outside.
Wow.
Really?
But
The inside one, really?
Yeah.
They don't serve food
Well,
really.
it's kind of inside. It's a separate room in the building, and one wall's outside. Is on the outside wall.
Oh.
And
That's
it's got
so
two big
cool.
garage doors.
Okay.
So they throw the garage doors open and let you smoke in there.
That's nice.
So getting back to our cigar,
Oh, yeah.
Which we're smoking the
Hoyo Dark
Hoyo
Sumatra.
by
Dark
AJ
Sumatra.
Fernandez Dark Sumatra for those just tuning in.
why don't we give our initial impression? Moose, you want to start?
So far, very pleasant. It's not as strong as I thought it would be because of the darkness. I'm finding it to be between medium and full. But I'm really liking the flavor. It's a very tasty cigar.
Rob?
I'm getting a like a sherry
Yeah.
taste
Yeah.
to it, or a fruity.
Has like a nice
sherry
sweetness to it,
yes,
yeah.
very sweet.
Subtle. Yeah, but subtle, not overwhelming.
Yeah, but when
No.
through the pre-light draw, I got a very distinct taste of sherry.
Yeah.
Almost
very
a,
nice.
Almost a dark cherry.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right. Yeah,
Almost a dark cherry flavor.
yeah, it's very interesting.
I was going to say juicy. I'm getting juicy. What? That's my flavor. Juicy. I
Juicy
don't.
is
What
a
does
flavor?
juicy taste like?
I don't know. It's very juicy to me. It's
Juicy tastes just like
Juicy.
just like when
The
I said
cigar.
hair on the cigar, because it's true. So I'm getting
just
a
like what
very.
on the cigar?
yeah. You heard it right. Don't
I'm-
even go
She
there.
said-
I'm. So I'm getting a very juicy flavor. I'm actually really enjoying this.
Maybe the cigar should get waxed.
You don't want to. You don't want to.
No, go.
You
My
don't
tongue
wanna-
hurts now.
We
Stop.
don't want to discuss the rest of that
I'll tell
story.
you.
Biting it.
Anyway, I'm getting a juicy flavor to it, like actually like juices, like it's just exploding in my mouth. I like that. It's very good. This is a straight medium to me, and in the retro, I'm getting like nutty, like a nutty cherry.
Well, it's a very tasty cigar. Has a nice draw,
like the way I
beautiful finish.
Very good.
I'm picking up the sweetness from the wrapper.
Which is the Sumatra.
Yeah. That begs another question.
Here we go.
There we go.
Let's
There we
do
go.
it. We're
Here
ready.
The great
Here we
debate.
go.
Well,
Do it.
the great debate. There are people that believe that the vast majority of the taste of a cigar can be influenced up into the 90 percentile by the wrapper. I personally don't agree with that based on my 57 years of smoking these things, and I've proven it time and time again by smoking what we call bunches. The bunches are the cigar without the wrapper.
Yes.
And then having it wrapped and seeing the difference in the taste. And again, some wrappers will influence the cigar far more than other wrappers, and typically a lighter shade Connecticut wrapper will influence the bunch less, and a heavier wrapper like a Connecticut broadleaf or a Sumatra will influence it more. And I tend to think Cameroon influences a little bit less, but has a distinct taste to it. And I can't quite, because different wrappers and different bunches, I believe the percentile will change. But I don't think a lot of people just have a blanket statement that it's 90% of the taste.
That's not true.
I totally disagree with that.
I agree
I
with,
was always
I agree
told
with
that
Art.
on average, it's about 70.
Yeah.
I don't agree
See,
with that.
I don't know if you can quantify it, only because if you smoke just nothing but Connecticut shade or nothing but Sumatra shade.
All right, let me put it this
go
way.
ahead.
When you put the cigar in your mouth and you smoke it, you get a taste. When mostly from the wrapper, when you do a retrohale, you get the taste of the tobacco that's inside the wrapper.
Yeah, but when you
don't-
taste it
they're
before
two
you
totally
light
different
it,
tastes.
when you taste the wrapper before you light it, it's going to taste different than after you.
well,
light
yeah,
it.
because there's fire going
Yes,
through it and everything like
yes.
that.
But I believe that's
you
why they're
get-
getting more creative with the binders, because think about this. You just said the flavors, right? That you tasted, and I think some of that came from that Connecticut broadleaf.
Right, and that's giving it a sweet. When I retrohale it, yes, because you're not tasting the wrapper along with the binder and the filler. But your taste on your mouth, when you put the cigar in your mouth, you're getting that from the wrapper only, because you're not touching the inside tobacco. When you retrohale it, you get a totally different taste, and it enhances the cigar experience.
So the initial flavor, I agree, will come from the
From the
wrapper, but
right.
once you start smoking it, I believe they marry,
Well-
and that's when you get all of it.
It could be
Right.
it could be that, like kind of what Rob's saying, like the wrapper is the majority of the flavor, but the binder and the filler is the complementary. You know, that's what's is that what you're trying to say?
Sort
But
of,
I don't think it's complimentary.
when you retrohale it, it brings out everything in the cigar.
Well, you know what's
Sure.
really
You're not
changed?
just tasting
What?
it.
What's really changed in the last 20 years? Traditionally, the binder was used for one thing and one
Yeah.
thing only.
Keep it tight.
Just hold it
Yeah.
together.
Well, hold it together and make it burn evenly.
Yeah, I forgot
I mean,
about
just
the
to make
burn.
it simple,
Yes.
just to simplify this.
Make it burn.
And the binder was never intended to influence the taste.
Yes.
Right.
Yep.
But I think in the last 20 years, more and more cigar makers are actually putting good tobacco.
Yes.
Because traditionally the binder was the afterthought, was the small pieces. It was everything but the prime tobacco.
Sure.
It's just, I won't get into technical terms, but it wasn't the prime tobacco. But I think more and more they are blending cigars to include the binder as part of the complexity of the
Yes.
taste. There, I
Because look,
said
they're
it.
putting Cameroon, which is a very expensive
In-
wrapper, and
Very
making it
fragile.
a
As a binder,
binder.
yeah.
Very
So
fragile
I mean,
wrapper.
why are
Good
they
point.
doing that?
Good point.
Because it is. I really think. I mean, because look, you're not just smoking the wrapper. Everything. You're actually smoking more of the filler
Insides.
than you're smoking
Yes,
the
yeah.
wrapper.
That's why I think the percentage that comes from the wrapper, again.
You hear that, LJ?
Yeah, LJ.
That's his name.
Oh, I thought I was your lover.
No,
It's a man, right?
it's a man.
Oh, I just want to be sure. Well,
It's a customer.
It's the 21st century.
We argue about this every time he comes in the humidor.
He argues with you?
Yeah, about the wrapper.
Well, look, it's a personal choice, and wherever your taste comes from, whatever you enjoy is your own personal
It
thing.
doesn't matter.
And it doesn't matter. That's correct. But
As long
it
as
is.
you enjoy the cigar.
I think a future show. I think what we ought to do on a future show.
Bunching.
Take 2 or 3 various strengths of cigars
We should.
based on wrappers, so forth and so on, and strip the wrappers, smoke the bunches, and then smoke the complete cigar.
We can do that.
Remember we did that like 5 years ago with Nat Sherman.
Yeah, the taste test. Yeah,
was-
Yeah, but that was-
the tongue test. The tongue,
Yeah.
But that was he was smoking. I forget what they're called. Those cigar, just the wrapper.
yeah.
It-
No,
yeah,
Fumas.
just-
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, was it
takes
that?
the
Yeah.
wrapper and then you take the filler tobacco and just roll
No,
that.
I'm
and
talking
smoke
about.
that.
I'm talking about taking.
The whole thing.
Yeah, the whole thing.
Minus the
Well,
wrapper.
let's do
So
that.
I think that would be very interesting because from the 5 of us, the different perspectives we'll have on the taste and everything.
Yeah.
And let's not forget, when they're blending and doing that kind of stuff, they do that too there.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so, I mean, to me, I thought the wrapper was the last thing that they added on to that.
Well, the wrapper's the last thing they put on the cigar.
I know, but when they're blending it, though, I thought the wrapper is like the last thing to kind of, I think they'd focus more on the filler and the binder and then the wrapper now.
It's
Could
probably
be.
more
Well,
true today.
But
than it was.
traditionally, the
Yeah.
wrapper's the most expensive part of the cigar.
Okay.
Well, I guess in the end, with this discussion or debate, like Art was saying, it's a great time to be a cigar smoker because
Oh, it
the
is,
things they're
yeah.
doing and the innovation is actually pretty awesome. So
It's evolving.
yeah, it really is evolving, and
like
and,
that
and
word.
there's so many. I think you hit it on the head, Rob. I think there's just so many
Yep.
varieties and so many ways, so many different things to smoke, and it's it's just a great time. And the best thing is hell, between $7 and $11, you can get a really, really great cigar.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah,
so it's accessible to everybody. You know,
Yeah.
it's not just for a certain person or a certain income. It's for really everybody. Great cigars are available to everybody.
There's some
so
5 to 7s that
Yeah.
I'm so impressed with
Absolutely.
that I think they should cost
Absolutely.
more, and they don't. And I'm
Absolutely.
just like, I'm amazed.
Speaking of pricing, what are these retail?
These are going to be around
is-
the in the $9 price
This
point.
is $8.90, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
close
For
to
the
9.
Toro.
Yeah. So they come in 3 sizes. They come in a Rothschild, a Robusto, and a Toro.
Oh.
So
What's the
so,
difference between the Rothschild and the Robusto?
Half an inch.
The Rothschild's a 4.5 by 50. This Robusto is I believe it's 5.5 by 54.
Yeah.
So it
See,
is
they're
a
playing
significant-
It's a
with the
big- it's a
sizes
big
too.
difference.
Yeah.
And that's another
Yeah.
thing. Sizes aren't standard anymore.
Yeah.
They never
No.
were.
I thought they were a long
No.
time
Not
ago.
No, they were never.
When you
never
look in
standard.
the book Cigars for Dummies.
And the sizes have evolved over the years.
Yeah.
I mean, 20 years ago, the Churchill would have been the largest selling
Yeah.
cigar.
Yeah.
But because of, bans on smoking and people are smoking, well, the 6x60 blows that out of the water, but they're smoking smaller cigars. They're smoking
Sure.
a lot more. We're selling a lot more Coronas today.
Yeah.
I
Yes.
love
Than we did 20 years ago.
Coronas. Coronas
Yeah.
are the best.
and
Yeah.
Lanceros are making a comeback too.
Absolutely.
Try.
I
Absolutely.
find Lanceros to just be a little finicky for me.
Well, there's often, depending on the
Find you a
maker,
little finicky.
finicky.
You love it.
I think sometimes people find them a little hard to draw.
Sure.
That's what I meant
Sure.
when I said finicky.
And I think that's the appeal of a 60 ring gauge cigar is they always
Because
tend
the
to-
draw
yeah, the
is-
draw is it's like it's
Yeah.
it's very easy.
I see
know?
your
And I
point
think
with the
that's the
6x60.
that's the appeal with that.
You know what you don't see much anymore?
What?
Even in Cuba, even from Cuba.
Torpedoes?
No, well,
Perfectos.
no, A size.
Ah.
Oh,
You don't see A size.
yeah.
You don't see any 9x47s or
Yeah.
anything
I mean,
like
that's
that.
freaking huge.
Yeah.
Oh, I called it a football game. You could smoke it almost for an entire football game.
Wow.
Unless it
Yeah.
went into overtime.
Yeah.
A lot of penalties.
Not a penalty.
Which is happening a lot more lately.
Yep.
Well,
Can't
they
even
keep-
hit a person
Can't
right
do anything
anymore.
with
You
rules.
can't even hit right anymore. Sick of that mess.
They're going to be, in 5 years from now, it's going to be flag football. So
Although there is a flag football league, and it's actually pretty interesting.
Is
I
it? You
don't
watched
know.
It is.
it?
It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Is it really?
Yeah.
And what do? You
Pretty
just
soon
chase the
quarterback's
flag?
going to be wearing tutus.
I like that.
Can't hit them.
Well, they kind of dance around, so, a ballet routine probably wouldn't be bad.
They are delicate.
Oh, God. Yeah.
I mean, I say hit, but don't hit to hurt, but hit to put down.
If you had 350-pound linemen coming at you at like 4.5,
I'd be like, yes.
yeah, I'd be running the other way.
At that speed, yeah.
Yeah, that's
Yes.
Yes. I did hear.
There's no way to protect you. I mean, it's amazing these guys get through a season at all.
Yeah.
In some cases.
Yeah.
Can you imagine that pile and you're in the bottom of it?
But you
And
know,
then
you know what
they're
amazes
beating on
me?
you.
You know what amazes me?
Keep
who
going,
has
all right. Keep going for me.
a person who's had a long career in football, like a long career being like 7, 8, 9, 10 years,
Oh, damn it.
and then you see them still in their 50s and 60s walking around like, no, that's an amazing. I mean,
Yeah,
that's
but go back and look at the players from the 60s and 70s.
yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Because I
yes.
think the equipment wasn't
Well,
the
yeah,
way it
of
is
course,
now
yeah.
to
Of course.
It's
protect
the way you
them.
play
Of
the
course.
game too. I mean,
Of
look at
course.
Earl Campbell. He can't even
No, I
walk.
can't
Yeah.
walk.
Really?
I remember Refrigerator Purry?
Yeah.
Yeah,
He was the first of a really big guy.
yeah.
I mean, really
What
big
a
guy.
large man.
And now, he'd be almost a running back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's amazing.
No, wait a
Why
second.
are running
He
backs
was
so
a running
tiny?
back.
Yeah, he was. He scored a couple touchdowns. Yes,
Yeah,
he
he scored a
did.
touchdown in the
Who could
Super
stop
Bowl.
him?
He scored a touchdown in the Super Bowl,
Super
which
Bowl,
really
yeah.
got me mad because they never gave the ball to Walter Payton. He doesn't have a touchdown in the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
That.
Yeah.
Do
I'll
you guys
never
remember
forget
the
Dick for
Chicago
that.
Bears Super Bowl song?
Yes.
No.
Not to
I
break.
don't
Yeah, don't
know.
bring
No.
it up.
Yeah. All right.
You weren't going to sing it, were you?
Is
No,
it stupid?
Okay,
The
good.
Bears.
All right. I do remember the song, but
Yeah.
I'm not gonna.
So getting back to cigars for just a moment.
Which we're smoking the AJ Fernandez Hoyo Dark Sumatra.
Absolutely.
Interesting
Yes.
cigar. So, not to put you on the spot, which I'm about to do, I'm stalling a little so you can think about it.
Sure.
What's new from General?
What's new from General? Well, we had the last week we had the CAO session. This
Yep.
week we have the Hoyo Dark Sumatra by AJ Fernandez. We have the Diesel Sherry Cask this year, and then we also had the CAO V19, which is special edition flathead, which is available at Cigar, and also the Partagas Staccatas, which we reintroduced with a
The
10-year-old.
160s, yeah.
Yeah, the 10-year-old
We have that
Cameroon
here,
wrapper.
too.
Yeah, they have them available here, limited run. in glass tubes, Robusto size.
They're beautiful, guys.
If you love Cameroon wrapper, which I do, and I think everybody
I
here,
do. Rob, that's Rob's favorite.
I think you would definitely enjoy those cigars. So that's what we have. That's what we had this year, and also the La Gloria Spanish Press.
Oh, the Spanish
Good
press.
cigar.
That's
Which actually
been
we did.
selling
I
off
think we
the
did a show
shelf.
on earlier this year.
That's
Yep,
been
we
selling
did.
like crazy.
So the Spanish press price point, bang for buck, flavor.
Yeah.
I think great box press cigar for like
$7,
$7
yep.
Yeah.
is pretty.
Very
I
good
think the
cigar.
Robusto's like $6
quite
something.
excellent. Yeah.
We also have in some of our stores a very limited amount of the original Partagas 150s,
Yeah.
which are rarer than hen's teeth.
And the humidor.
Yeah, we have a couple of humidors left. They are like, that's it. These cigars were made in 1997. The wrappers at that point were 30 years old, so the wrappers are almost 50 years old.
I would say
I can't even imagine.
I would say one of the holy grails of probably one of the best cigars ever made.
Sought after cigar.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely. I remember when they first came out, it was just a great. And they've just improved and mellowed out with age. It's a great cigar. I smoke one about every 3 months.
And we're having a dinner with General as well, too, at a beautiful place.
Yeah.
We'll announce at a later time and date.
Stay tuned.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I guess it's time for our final review. Moose, you want to start out and put a number on it? All right, maybe let Rob start out because you haven't done this in a while, so you'll get some pointers from Rob. Go ahead, Rob.
That means you're saying he
I
don't.
still get that sherry taste.
Sure.
Very fruity, sweetness from it. I'm starting to get a little hint of pepper.
Sure.
That's coating my entire tongue. I like the cigar, and I do get a hint of nuttiness through the retro hat. I think it's a very good cigar. I give it a 9.25.
Damn it.
T?
I have to agree with Rob. And the juicy, I'm getting like a juicy fruit.
Is that juicy again?
Juicy fruit. I have to agree with Rob. I give this a 9.2. I give this a 9.25. This is an excellent cigar. This is very good.
Yeah.
I'd probably give a little bit more if I had this a little bit more
Juicy?
juicy.
Oh my God.
Moosey?
You can only imagine.
I'm going to give it a 9.5.
There you
Wow,
go.
you really like it.
I like
It's your
the
kind of
cigar.
cigar, too.
It's
Yeah.
full-bodied, and I'm getting some of the flavors that has already been mentioned, except for the juicy. I'm also getting in the back a little dark cherry.
Oh.
Probably same as the sherry, but
Yeah.
that's what I'm tasting,
Yeah.
and I'm enjoying it.
It's very good.
Well, it's an excellent cigar. Draws, a lot of smoke, easy to smoke, very tasty cigar.
Great construction.
Right,
Beautiful.
Yeah, it doesn't burn very fast.
right,
Yeah.
right,
It's
right
an
price
AJ.
point. Right price point.
Yeah.
I'm going to give it a 9.5 too. I agree with Moose. I mean, I think it's a great cigar, and factor in the price. It's a really great cigar.
Yeah.
It's an
I
AJ
know.
cigar.
I know it's an AJ cigar.
It's an
what you
AJ
expect.
Hoyo.
It's what you expect from AJ.
So stay tuned as we approach and enter our 25th year. We're going to
Yep.
be doing all kinds of exciting things. Again, we want to thank
Thank you,
Thanks,
Rami.
Rami.
Thank you,
And-
Moosey.
And we'll see you next week.
Smoke sweet,
Bye
everybody.
for now.
Everybody got 'em.